JoJo, right? It's a classic manga. There's a group of dudes beating up a whole set of baddies, including, but not limited to, vampires. People who came out of a rock. Vampires again. Some guy with a fetish. A strawberry. That's not my point here, as the show's main draw tends to be its main cast. Some of the most popular characters this manga's ever spawned, like Jotaro Kujo and Dio, are hallmarks in manga history. But those characters are nothing. They're gusts in the wind, compared to the absolute best thing Araki has ever thought of. A magnum opus in character design. The ultimate character. Of course, I'm talking about Iggy. Iggy's a supporting character from the manga's third main story arc, Stardust Crusade. He's a dog with a stand and he's fairly unremarkable, but he has loads of merchandise, both official and unofficial. And while browsing Wish one fateful afternoon, I stumbled across it. Quite possibly the greatest bootleg plush ever created, one that makes no sense in the context of the character, and yet somehow is a real product that you can buy right now. This is Christmas Iggy. I bought him. Let's review him. Wish.com is a fiending ground for lots of bootleg merchandise. This plush exists for that exact reason. It seems to be based off of this official plush from Bandai as far as I can tell. The pose and dimensions are roughly the same. The plush itself comes in a regular shipping bag and is about 7.5 inches tall. It's not a very large plush and is fairly well suited for display. The Christmas hat is indeed removable, so he's only festive when strictly necessary. The plush itself is made of soft fabric all around with embroidered eyes and mouth. The nose is hard plastic. There's a visible seam on his nose, another on the top of his head, and one large one running down his back. It is not a seamless plush. Not even close. But if you're expecting that, get ready to be disappointed. The quality varies incredibly from plush to plush, as can be expected with bootleg crap like this. Some come looking okay, while mine has the eyes right up against the nose halfway down his face. He is incredibly charming regardless. The plush's overall quality really does leave a bit to be desired, as it's made as cheap as humanly possible. You could probably rip the legs off with little effort if you so desired. Going off topic from the plush for a second, the tiny little Christmas hat that's thrown into the bag is just a cheap, finger-sized Christmas hat that's probably excess from the factory. He is an amazing plush, and if it wasn't bootleg merch, I'd probably tell you to buy one too. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Yeah, that's cool and all, but what can he do? Why are you thinking that? But he can do a lot of things. He can help you beat that tough level in the video game you've been struggling with. Provide you companionship and lend a head during a sad movie scene. Give you accounting advice. What the hell does that mean? Fix your computer. Do your schoolwork. And finally, follow proper safety procedures. And after a long day's work, he's right there. As you can clearly see, this plush is worth the $15 for the productivity he gives you. Okay, terrible jokes out of the way, I do not recommend buying this unless it somehow struck your fancy from this review, which it really shouldn't have. Iggy has a shockingly large amount of official merchandise that is far superior in every way when compared to Mr. Festive, and I know it over here. And you could probably make them festive by buying the hat yourself. At the end of the day, this is probably worth about as much as everything else I bought during quarantine, which is to say, nothing. But it makes a really awesome thing on my shelf.